At 58, Jason Statham faces a silent battle that few could ever imagine. A story filled with unexpected downfalls, controversial decisions, and secrets Hollywood preferred to keep hidden. Behind the image of the unbeatable tough guy on screen lies a man who fought against humiliating rejections, behind-the-scenes conflicts, the crushing weight of fame, and even setbacks that nearly ended his career. What really happened to Statham? Why did so many doors close just when he was at the peak of his success? Today you'll discover truths that few have ever dared to tell, any details that completely change the way the world sees him. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like, because that helps YouTube understand that this content deserves to reach more people and keeps our community of fans who love uncovering what no one else talks about alive. And if you'd like to support the channel even more, use the Super Thanks button. It's a powerful way to help us keep going. But if you can't, leave a comment below telling us what surprised you the most about this story. Stay until the end, because the final revelation about Jason Statham will leave you completely speechless. Jason Statham was born on July 26, 1967, in Shirebrook, a small working-class town in Derbyshire, England, into a humble yet determined family. His father, Barry, worked as a bar singer and also took on odd jobs as a street vendor, while his mother, Eileen, was a dancer. From an early age, Jason understood what it meant to fight to survive, to grow up without luxuries, and to appreciate every achievement. The house he lived in was modest, and though his family life was filled with love, it was also shaped by challenges and financial limitations. However, as a child, he discovered a passion for sports, particularly swimming and diving, and also it was this passion that helped shape his discipline and character. For over a decade, he dedicated himself intensely to the sport, even joining the British national diving team and representing his country in international competitions. Although he never reached the top of the podium, Jason took his training seriously, waking up early, enduring grueling sessions, and maintaining a routine that demanded both mental and physical strength. This period was crucial in building the mindset that would later define his career: focus, perseverance, and the courage to keep going even when the odds were against him. However, as much pride as the sport brought him, it didn't guarantee financial stability. He soon realized that athletic success didn't always mean security. Between training sessions, Jason worked in street markets and fairs to help his family, selling watches, jewelry, and other inexpensive goods. Without realizing it, he was developing charisma and persuasive skills that would one day make him shine in front of the cameras. The streets of London became his real school, a place where he learned to read people, understand intentions, and adapt to any situation. The combination of a disciplined athlete and a sharp street seller began to shape the man who would one day conquer Hollywood. Still, at that stage, Jason never imagined what the future held for him. His only dream was to find a path that could take him beyond his tight routine and offer him something more, not out of excessive ambition, but out of a genuine desire to grow through hard work and merit. Those years, marked by simplicity and struggle, forged the real Jason Statham, the man before fame, the one who never forgot where he came from, and who still carries within him the same determined spirit of the boy who learned to fight with his own hands, not only in life's arenas, but also against all odds. Jason Statham never imagined that one day he would trade the busy streets of London for the bright lights of Hollywood. After ending his athletic career, he found himself at an uncertain point in life, with no clear direction, bills to pay, and a growing sense that he needed to start over from scratch. Driven purely by necessity, he returned to the streets, but this time not as an athlete, as a street vendor. Jason sold counterfeit watches, perfumes, and jewelry at markets and street corners, negotiating with tourists and locals alike. This phase, which many would consider humiliating, turned out to be one of the most important in his life. He learned the art of communication, observation, and improvisation, skills that, without realizing it, would later become crucial in front of the camera. Statham always knew how to adapt. He had a sharp eye, a quick wit, and a natural confidence that made him persuasive, even when selling something simple. It was precisely this authentic presence that caught the attention of a fashion scout who spotted him at one of these markets and invited him to try modeling. Not expecting much, Jason accepted, and soon he was appearing in campaigns for major brands like Tommy Hilfiger, Levi's, and most notably the British label French Connection, which would become the decisive link between him and the film industry. While working as a model, Jason maintained his disciplined routine, still training and keeping his body in shape, but now with one foot in the world of advertising. It was during a French Connection campaign that fate intervened in a surprising way. Director Guy Ritchie, who was looking for authentic faces for his new independent film Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, asked the brand for someone who looked genuinely London-born, someone who had lived on the streets, with real energy, and without the artificial polish of traditional actors. The answer came quickly: you need to meet Jason Statham. When the two met, Ritchie was immediately impressed by Jason's straightforward, sarcastic, and fearless personality. He wasn't trying to please anyone, he was just being himself. During the audition, Guy Ritchie asked Jason to improvise a scene where he had to sell stolen jewelry, and Statham, drawing from his real-life memories of selling trinkets on the streets, performed the scene so naturally that the director was silent for a few seconds. "You've just given me the best audition I've ever seen," Ritchie reportedly said. Jason was then cast as Bacon, one of the film's central characters. The project became a massive success in the United Kingdom, captivating audiences and critics with its sharp humor, frenetic rhythm, and energetic cast. The film transformed Statham from an unknown street vendor into one of Britain's most exciting new talents. But fate wasn't done yet. The movie's success caught Hollywood's attention, and soon Guy Ritchie cast him again, this time in the acclaimed Snatch, 2000, alongside Brad Pitt and Benicio del Toro. Once again, Statham shined. His natural charisma, distinct accent, and tough guy demeanor won audiences over. Unlike many actors, he didn't seem to act, he seemed to live his roles. Viewers saw authenticity in him, something rare in cinema at the time. And that authenticity became his trademark. While others try to fit the mold of the classic leading man, Statham stood out precisely because he was different. He wasn't the traditional handsome hero. He was the everyman who faced everything with courage and grit. This image caught the attention of French producer Luc Besson, who offered him the lead role in The Transporter, 2002, a film that cemented his name as the new action movie icon. The role of Frank Martin, an enigmatic driver bound by strict rules and dangerous missions, fit him perfectly. The movie became a worldwide hit and launched a franchise that made him a global star. Jason Statham didn't just act, he performed his own stunts, which set him apart and earned him respect in the industry. His athletic background allowed him to move with precision and confidence, something that impressed both directors and fans. Gradually, the former street vendor began to be compared to icons like Bruce Willis and Sylvester Stallone, joining the select group of actors who truly live what they portray on screen. Yet perhaps the most astonishing part is that it all started by chance, with an unexpected encounter between a former diver and a visionary director. Jason Statham's story is proof that destiny is often built on the simplest choices and the least expected moments. Had he not accepted that modeling offer, he might never have crossed paths with Guy Ritchie. Had he not spent years selling on the streets, he might not have developed the authenticity that captivated the director. Statham's journey serves as a powerful reminder that every phase of life, no matter how difficult, may be preparing the ground for something extraordinary. Even after achieving success, Jason never forgot where he came from. In several interviews, he's proudly spoken about his days on the streets and how they taught him to deal with people and with the traps of fame. For him, true value doesn't lie in fame, but in authenticity, in staying true to yourself, no matter where life takes you. So when Statham began to gain notoriety, he never imagined that his life would be shaped by an almost obsessive combination of discipline, perfectionism, and physical endurance. Fame didn't arrive overnight, but when it did, it came with a weight that few could bear. Statham was never the typical Hollywood star who let himself be carried away by the spotlight. He always saw fame as a consequence of work, not the ultimate goal. Yet the truth is, the man who had once been a street vendor and competitive diver became something far greater. A global icon of action cinema, admired not only for his on-screen presence, but also for the strict and uncompromising way he approached his career and his body. The success of his early films, such as Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels and The Transporter, placed him in an unexpected position, and from then on, Jason began to craft his own unique style, one that combined realism with physical intensity. He wanted the audience to believe in every punch, every jump, every chase scene, and that credibility could only exist if he did it all himself. Jason always disliked using stunt doubles. From the start, he insisted on performing most of his own dangerous scenes, which soon became his trademark. This approach aligned him with legendary action figures like Jackie Chan and Tom Cruise, but with a rawer, more street-level edge. He believed that audiences deserved something real, that an actor should feel the same adrenaline as the character. That philosophy led him to train almost like a soldier. His daily routine included martial arts, diving, swimming, weightlifting, running, and sometimes acrobatics. The discipline he had built as a British diver during his athletic days became his foundation. He applied that same rigor to filming. No delays, no unplanned improvisation, no laziness. In interviews, Jason has often said that discipline is what separates dreamers from achievers, and that success has nothing to do with luck. It's built on sweat, pain, and consistency. Behind the scenes, Statham was known for being demanding, with himself and others. He became frustrated when he saw crew members lacking commitment, earning him both admirers and critics. Coworkers have mentioned that he could be inflexible, almost military-like, especially when he sensed a lack of dedication. Yet he was also the first to praise genuine effort. His work ethic became legendary, and directors knew that with him, results would be flawless. In The Transporter, for instance, Jason learned to drive high-performance cars with professional stunt drivers, performing dangerous maneuvers without doubles. In Crank and Crank, High Voltage, he pushed his body to the limit, even using real low-voltage electric shocks to capture a genuine expression of impact. And during the filming of The Expendables 3, he faced one of the most dangerous moments of his career. A truck he was driving lost control and plunged into the sea. Jason nearly drowned but managed to escape and returned to filming just weeks later, never turning the incident into a spectacle. To him, it was simply part of the job. Fame, of course, came at a cost. The world began to see him as a Superman, someone immune to pain, fear, and failure. But behind the scenes, Jason was battling the physical and psychological consequences of his extreme dedication. Injuries were constant, dislocated shoulders, sprains, deep cuts, and chronic pain that followed him day and night. He refused to show vulnerability because he believed it would destroy the image the public expected from him. In one of his few candid moments, he admitted that there were nights when he slept sitting up because of severe back pain. Even so, the next day he was back on set, ready to repeat the most exhausting scenes. This extreme commitment made him a symbol of authenticity, but also left him emotionally isolated. Statham has always been private, and his relentless pursuit of perfection pushed him away from many relationships and friendships. During his peak years, he became the face of a new era of action films, more realistic, less fantastical. Hollywood began to view him as the natural successor to Sylvester Stallone and Bruce Willis, though Jason never sought comparisons. He wanted to build his own identity, one rooted in simplicity. He never cared for glamour, parties, or red carpets. He preferred training, riding motorcycles, or spending time at home with his family. This attitude, while admirable, often fueled rumors of arrogance, something he always denied. In interviews, he explained that it wasn't about lack of friendliness, but about focus. "I don't live to show up. I live to improve," he once said. This mindset kept him away from scandals and cemented his image as an honest, grounded man. Within the industry, many called Jason the last true action hero, someone who didn't rely on CGI or massive studios to shine. He brought back an almost forgotten style, the actor who feels, who bleeds, who takes real risks. His authenticity inspired a generation of fans and young actors who saw him as a model of professionalism and integrity. But the pressure to maintain that image weighed heavily. Over the years, he began to question what he truly wanted. Financial success was already his reality, but he sought purpose. The discipline that had once been his armor began to turn into introspection. In his personal life, Jason started to realize that being the strongest man on screen wasn't enough. He needed balance off-screen too. Alongside his wife, Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, and their children, he began to slow down, choosing more selective projects with messages that reflected his maturity. Still, his inner fire never faded. He continues to train every day with a routine more intense than that of many professional athletes. He wakes up early, trains strength, mobility, endurance, and mental focus. To him, the body is both a temple and an instrument of artistic expression. Today, when people talk about Jason Statham, they speak of far more than an action star. They speak of a symbol of determination, authenticity, and loyalty to one's own principles. His fame was built brick by brick, not through scandals or marketing campaigns, but through sweat and consistency. He is a living reminder that true greatness doesn't come from applause, but from the quiet integrity of someone who does what he loves with respect and total commitment. The making of the icon Jason Statham is above all a story of brutal discipline, the cost of perfection, and how, even among cinematic explosions and falls, his greatest battle has always been the one within himself. In his personal life, Jason Statham has always been a man of few words and many silences, someone who prefers to let actions speak for him. Unlike many Hollywood stars, he has never felt comfortable with exposure and has always firmly protected what he considers most valuable, his privacy. Even with a highly visible career, Jason has managed to maintain a certain mystery about who he is off-screen. He rarely talks about his private life, and when he does, his words are measured, direct, and carry a tone of sincerity that reveals a man far simpler than his fame might suggest. Before meeting his current partner, he had a few discreet relationships, almost all kept away from the media, as he learned early on that mixing fame and love could be destructive. But everything changed in 2010 when he met Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, the British model and actress who would later become his partner and the mother of his children. Their relationship began under skeptical eyes. Many said the couple wouldn't last, citing their age difference and distinct personalities. Jason is the reserved type who avoids events and interviews, while Rosie has always lived surrounded by the world of fashion and glamour. Yet what seemed unlikely has turned into one of the most stable and respected relationships in the entertainment industry. Together, they form a discreet, elegant, and deeply connected pair. Jason often says that she brought lightness into his life, something he had never been able to balance on his own. He has always been disciplined and hard on himself, and seeing Rosie with their children helped him understand what truly matters. Today, they live away from the spotlight, preferring a quiet routine between Los Angeles and London, focused on raising their children and pursuing personal projects. Despite his reputation as a private man, those who know him personally say that Jason is extremely loyal and protective toward those he loves. Close friends affirm that he prefers a few bonds, but real ones. This loyalty has accompanied him since youth, and is something he values more than any professional success. In rare interviews, he has said that fame is fleeting, but respect and family last forever. This outlook has kept him away from the scandals that engulf so many celebrities, but it hasn't prevented rumors and speculation from arising. Some magazines have tried to portray his discretion as arrogance, which he naturally denies, stating that he prefers silence to empty exposure. Jason has never been one for grand public declarations of love, but his actions speak for themselves. The way he remains present in Rosie and the children's lives, his care for those he works with, and his avoidance of fueling any kind of public drama. He is a man who believes that love and loyalty are not displayed on social media, but in daily life, through consistency and respect. Off camera, Statham also values simplicity. He enjoys cooking, spending time with family, caring for the cars and motorcycles he collects, and staying in shape, not out of vanity, but for balance. His circle of friends is small and includes names like Guy Ritchie, with whom he has maintained a genuine friendship since the beginning of his career. This connection reflects a defining trait in Jason. He is loyal to his roots and to the people who believed in him before fame. His personal life, as private as it may be, reveals a man of strong principles who has found in love, loyalty, and silence a way to live in peace, even amid a world that insists on turning him into an untouchable icon. Despite his tremendous success, Jason Statham faced numerous difficult moments that few people know about. Behind the scenes in Hollywood, he experienced rejections from major projects, often without clear explanations, and had to cope with the frustration of seeing doors close even after delivering flawless performances. His commitment to authenticity and performing his own action scenes was not always well received by producers and directors, causing friction on set and sparking rumors that he was difficult to work with. In interviews, Statham did not hesitate to make controversial statements about the film industry, describing it as hypocritical, superficial, and often unfair, which caused discomfort among executives and critics. He also criticized colleagues who, in his view, relied on special effects and marketing rather than discipline and genuine talent, asserting that a true action actor must risk body and soul. Moreover, he endured serious accidents during filming, such as nearly drowning during The Expendables 3 and suffering various injuries that forced him to endure constant pain. Yet he always maintained his unwavering professionalism. These experiences shaped a resilient Statham, one who learned to handle pressure, frustration, and criticism without losing his authenticity. He became a symbol of integrity, demonstrating that fame and success do not erase personal challenges, and that facing difficulties head-on, even when no one is watching, is an essential part of building an icon. His controversial and straightforward side, often misunderstood, reveals a man who values honesty, effort, and commitment above all else, even if it makes the industry or the media uncomfortable. Today, Jason Statham is much more than the action star the public has come to admire. He is a man who's found balance between career, family, and personal well-being. At 58, Statham maintains the physical discipline that has always defined his path, training daily, but now in a more strategic way, prioritizing longevity and health without pushing himself to extremes. His personal life also reflects maturity. Alongside his wife, Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, and their children, he has built a strong family foundation, far from the spotlight and constant exposure, valuing privacy and the simple moments of everyday life, discreet trips, joint workouts, or time spent at home. Professionally, he remains active but has become more selective, choosing projects that offer genuine challenges or roles that resonate with his life experience, while maintaining his trademark authenticity in every action scene. Statham's legacy is built not only on box office numbers or successful franchises, but on the respect he has earned in the industry as an actor who never relied heavily on stunt doubles, who values real effort, and who inspires a new generation of artists to prioritize hard work and dedication. In recent interviews, he reflects on the years of intensity and pressure, acknowledging the sacrifices he made and learning to balance ambition with serenity, revealing the human side behind the myth. Today, Jason Statham stands as an icon who transcends the action genre, a man conscious of his choices, loyal to his family, respected by his peers, and admired by his fans. Someone who has proven that it is possible to achieve fame and success while maintaining principles, integrity, and authenticity, and that even in the face of adversity, true strength lies in staying true to oneself.